Hello everybody, welcome to the Coffee Run Live, coming at you episode 512 on this very lovely and fabulous Thursday. Hope you're all doing really well. My clock is not, we're a bit early today. I've got some things on, so I just wanted to come into you live before I get caught up in all of the things. So, good morning. Now, before I roll into the 4 archetypes that you need to step into daily for success, I need to remind you and let you know that our Queen of Contentology challenge is starting on the 1st of November. Now, if you've ever felt stuck for content, if you've ever wondered, what the hell am I going to post today? If you know that you need to be sharing more with your audience about who you are, what you're all about, but you kind of go, and I don't know that anybody really wants to learn about that, or I don't really think that anyone cares. Well, they will, and they do. And Contentology is absolutely the answer for you to get some motivation happening, for you to get your continuous and regular content going out there, and really helping people to get to know who you are beyond just what it is that you do. And it's something that I've seen myself personally over and over again throughout the years, where people are they're just so fascinating with the way that they react when they learn something new about you. I shared in a group yesterday about the fact that I love renovating, right? And in fact, if I wasn't doing what I do, that would be the thing that I would do. I'd be renovating, I'd be buying and renovating and selling, or doing whatever it was that, or keeping and renting out, or whatever we decided to do strategically with the property. But renovating and painting my house, I love it. I just really love it. I love the immediate, seeing the immediate results. It gives me great pleasure. So the lady who, when I posted this in there, this woman said, "Oh, really? I never ever would have thought that renovating was your hobby." And I'm like, yeah, between that and coffee, I'm doing this, of course, I am happy as a pig in shit. So that is that. So Contentology, the link is in the comments. If you are listening to the audio, the link is www.nicolajmoras.com/Contentology. If you can't find it, you could make your way over to my very new, oh my God, you guys, you have to go over and have a look at my new website. The genius that is Ellie has made Ellie Schroeder has designed the most ridiculous website. Don't do it yet because you're listening to me. But make sure you go over and have a look at it. And holy shitballs, I am beyond excited. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. Yeah, it's so much fun, Carmen. So much fun. So there you go. All right. What I really wanted to talk to you about today, though, are the 4 main archetypes that we need to really be able to access and step into on a daily basis. Not just to create content, although that's obviously very important, but also it's really important for you in terms of being able to get everything done, to be able to be there for the people that you need to be able to be there for, and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to take you through the 4 main things. Now, you will resonate most likely with maybe 1 or 2 of these, and you'll probably see that 1 or 2 of these main archetypes play out in your daily basis more than the other 2. All right. So the first one that I wanted to talk to you about was this one about being a technician. So we've got the technician. Let me type this into the comment for you. Technician or detail mode. All right. So it's going to sound pretty self-explanatory. Now, for a lot of us, if you're dealing with technical stuff, if you're dealing with transcribing, if you're dealing with detail, a lot of us are really wired for that, and some of us are just not wired for all of that level of detail. So we've got our technician mode. Good morning, Linda. How are you? We've got the technician mode. Now, the technician mode will really resonate with you if you're like, okay, yes, I've got the detail. I'm really good at blocking out all of the things and just really kind of tunnel visioning down into doing what it is that you need to do. You would probably really thrive with having a system, with creating systems perhaps, and things like that. Now, it's necessary, if you think about it in business, for you to be able to step into this technician and detail mode at least once a day, I would suspect. So at least once a day, this detail technician mode is important, because this is the thing, this is where you're being very diligent around perhaps tracking your money, right? Around making sure that your systems are set up, with making sure that there's no spelling mistakes I make all the spelling mistakes. So it might not be about making sure there's no spelling mistakes, but perhaps minimizing the spelling mistakes. It's about making sure that your I's get dotted and your T's get crossed. So for example, like if you're slipping into creative mode, so we're gonna have creative party mode. Now, this is one of my favorite ones. So we've got the party creative mode. Let's say that you're in party creative mode and you're sitting in that archetype, and you've got all these ideas coming in and you're just kind of jamming, and that's awesome. But then it comes time to having to put those ideas out there, right? Into the internet, into the universe, into the wherever, whatever it is that you need to do. Oftentimes what will happen is that you've got to get out of that creative archetype or mode or energy and get into that technician mode, right? It's like, oh, I've got to go into my email database and I've got to go send an email. Oh, I've got to deal with all the formatting. I've got to go find the right image. I've got to do this. I've got to do that, yada, yada, yada. So you go from, we've got the creative one, then we've also got the technician one. Now, obviously, if all you're doing is sitting in that creative archetype energy, then you're going to be able to create a whole bunch of stuff, but it's likely that nobody's going to see what you're actually putting out there, right? I'm trusting that this is making sense. Let me know that this makes sense for you. So then we've got a technician mode, and if all you're ever doing is doing all of the detail stuff, then it's likely that people aren't ever actually going to see your face, right? The third main energy that we've got is the nurturer. I'm going to call this mum archetype, or mum energy. Now I'm just trying to get this typed into the comments for you so that you can see it later as well. Energy. So the nurturer mum energy, this is where if you're a coach, a consultant, if you're sitting there listening to people, if you're helping people, if you have children, you'll know that this one will resonate with you the most, or more than any, if you're the one that's kind of like, oh, hey, Rebecca, that's kind of like, oh, come on in, I'll listen to you. I've got your back. We can solve this problem together. You're really caring, you're warm, you're nurturing. You're the people that if someone has a problem in your world, then they will come to you to get you to help them solve it, right? So they'll come on in and that's great. I guess the downside to sitting in that energy all the time is that if you're a real nurturer, carer type person, then sometimes it can be really hard for you to draw the line. It can be hard for you to charge what you're worth, and you'll constantly be giving to everybody else, right? So you've got to make sure that if you're in that mode a lot throughout the day, that you've got breakpoints, circuit breakers was the word I was looking for, that you've got circuit breakers throughout the day where you can go, hang on a second, I just need to take some time out and I need to nurture myself as well as the other people. And this could be as simple as you going and having a lunch break and just, not taking your phone with you, or whatever the case might be. The fourth main archetype or energy, if you like, is CEO mode. Now, this one, if you're in business, and you're all in business, right? That's why you listen to me, or you want to build a business. It's really important that you also have CEO mode activated at different points in time throughout the day. So CEO mode is where you've got to be, or the CEO archetype is where you've got to be able to make fast, quick, strategic decisions. You've got to make these choices that are going to benefit you, that are going to benefit your business, and going to benefit your overall success. Now, an example of this might be, I was talking to a client the other day, and she had the opportunity to be able to bring in a staff member, a new staff member, but actually this happened a couple of times this week. And they've had the opportunity to bring in new staff, but there was going to be a lot of time and energy given to getting them up and ready and things like that. And so one of these ladies actually felt really obligated to take on one of these staff members for a whole host of different reasons. And I said, well, if you weren't worried about hurting someone's feelings, if you weren't worried about what other people might say, put your CEO hat on, my friend. What choices and decisions would you be making? And she said, oh, I wouldn't hire them. I said, well, there you go. So there are times when you need to step into CEO mode, and often we need to do this on a daily basis. So the 4 main energies, or the 4 main archetypes, are the nurturer / mum mode. We've got the creative / party mode. We've got the detail technician energy, and then the CEO energy. So mode, energy, archetype, those words are interchangeable, right, between all 4. So if you think about it, these 4 really need to be utilized every day in order for you to get to where you want to be, in order for you to be successful. Because if you're only ever in CEO mode, then you're just going to be barking orders and not actually getting anything done, and you're sitting very top level, but we still need the detail work to be done. So we can go, all right, what needs to be done right now? This is what needs to happen. And then you can flick over into the creative mode, right, or party mode, and go and get your jam on. Hey, Sandy, go get your jam on, go do all the things that you need to do. And then it's like, okay, cool. So now that that's done, click back into CEO mode. Now we need to get the technician energy activated. So then you'll get into technician, you'll go and do all of the detail work that's necessary in order to get everything out. And then that nurturer mode is really, to me, it's you being very aware, self-aware, of you looking after yourself as well as looking after your audience, looking after your people, looking after your clients. If you had someone like yourself sitting in front of you and they were telling you about the kind of day that they'd had, what advice would you be giving to them? Because that's often the advice that we need for ourselves. So you can be your own, use the mirror there, like almost literally, where you're like, well, what advice would I be giving myself if I was in this position? If I was my own mentor, what advice would I be giving? So it's really important, if you think about it, in order for you to be able to get to where you need to be, you need to have these 4 energies active at different parts throughout the entire day. Now, if you are looking at building team, knowing that these 4 energies exist in all of us, it's really important that you're bringing people in whose primary energy suits the role that you're recruiting for, right? So if you're recruiting for a graphic designer, let's say, their main jam is going to be sitting in that creative party mode, right? So, and they don't always really like saying no to you, and they want to make you happy. So they've also got that nurturer sort of like really looking after you kind of mode in there as well. They would really struggle with getting into CEO mode. So they need you to be able to give them that in there for them. And also with the detail mode, it's about making sure that you've got things in place so that graphic designer, for instance, can say, all right, here's the big picture, here's what we're going to do. Now somebody else needs to go and implement that. The risk that you run from sitting in, so think about which 1 or 2 resonate the most with you, that you find the most, the ones that really feed you, right? For me, I'm like, all right, let's get into CEO mode. I love I love telling people what to do. It makes me very happy. And then the next one is like that being creative. And then I love the nurturing, and then probably the detail ranks in at good old number 4, right? So work out what order they are for you. What you'll probably find is that if you're feeling really tired and drained at the end of the day, you either haven't had the chance to access all or be in each of these 4 energies, or you've been sitting in one of them for the most part, and it's absolutely draining you. I know for me, if I'm sitting in technician mode or that detail mode all day, I am freaking exhausted by the end of the day. I find it very, very hard to really lift and you know, be in party mode or be in CEO mode or even be in nurturer mum mode. So have a think about those. And just know that we need all of these 4 things to be successful. You need to have all of these active throughout the day at various different times. Now, you don't need to have these in equal parts. So for instance, it's like, all right, if you've got an 8-hour day, you're not going to spend 2 hours in nurturer mode, 2 hours in CEO mode, 2 hours in creative mode, and then 2 hours in detail mode. It'll probably do your freaking head in. But you just need to check in and make sure that you're accessing all of those so that you've got a bit more balance, energetic balance throughout the course of your day. And just know that if there's one of them that is the least strong for you, have somebody there to be able to support that energy. So there you go. That is what you need in terms of being able to be successful. Make sure you're accessing all 4 of those on a daily basis. Maybe take a bit of a log over the next week and just think, okay, so, you know, have a think about how you're feeling, what your mood is like. Go, all right, well, today, have I been mainly in technician mode? I feel like shit. Have I been in technician mode? Or have I been in CEO mode? Or have I been in nurturer mode? Or have I been in party mode more, that creative mode? And then have a look at what really feeds you. Because then when you can work out which one feeds you the most, you can start to spend a bit more time in that and then have other people picking up the slack for some of those other energies. So there you go, my friends. I trust that is helpful. If you have any questions about that, make sure you let me know. Otherwise, you know what you need to do. Get your butts into Contentology. The competition starts on the 1st of November, which is Sunday, and it's going to be awesome. The quality of the content that is already being created we're just in practice mode right now through to the 1st is astonishing. It is so great. I am so excited to be able to announce who's going to win. And then the other thing, go check out my brand new shiny website and let me know what you think. I'm personally in love with it. I think it just rocks. I think it's amazing. All right, have an amazing day. Get out there, go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it, and remember, the world is ready for your brand of awesome. Mwah! I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.